We've seen it all. We've seen the Critical Role effect. We've seen the Matt Mercer effect. We've seen a lot of people, and I do mean a lot of people, showing up to the hobby for the first time through Critical Role, which is fan-friggin-tastic. The more people we get to this hobby, the better. But in particular, I wanted to talk about the Matt Mercer, not necessarily effect, but what Matt Mercer means to me. Matt Mercer runs his game a certain way, and I run my game a certain way. I'm not Matt Mercer, and I don't want to be. Matt Mercer has done absolutely fantastic things for his game, for the community, for a whole bunch of various things. And I'm not going to compare to that. There's no way, right? He runs a game that's observed by millions of people, and he does a whole bunch of awesome things, makes a whole bunch of crazy stuff. And I'm not that. I don't want to be that. I don't want to run fast-paced games. I don't want to run a game and think to myself, oh, I'm going to be running this for 100 sessions. I don't want to do that. I can't see myself being committed to running a single game for 100 sessions because I feel like my ideas would just get a little bit stale. I feel like I personally would not be able to live up to that degree. In the same time, as well as not just the 100 sessions, also the 4 to 6 hour sessions. Oh my goodness, that is a long time. I like running 3 hour sessions. I think 3 hours is a very sweet spot for me because I am able to sit down and I'm able to get the points across, and there can definitely be enough time in the rest of the day to actually do things. 4 or 5, 6 hours is quite a lot on a weekly basis, especially if it's during the weekday. I think weekends are definitely a little bit different, and especially if you play in person. But if you play online, like a lot of people are, then I think 3 hours is just the way to go for me. And also, not 100 sessions. I like 20, 30, 40 session max for my campaigns. I don't want to build big worlds. I don't want to sit there and have to world build on why the gods do what they do and all these different factions and all these different continents and oh my goodness, this and that. I don't want to do that. I just want to create a pocket, a little area of play where the players inhabit, and that's the world that they know, because realistically that would be the world that they know. What's it matter about what's going on the opposite side of the world if you're never going to go there? What's it matter how the gods created the world if that doesn't affect how you do things, right? That's my point of view. I don't want to sit there and create elaborate worlds. When I do create worlds, I like to keep it simple. I like to keep the knowledge first and foremost in the hands of the players because, hey, there's not much going on. Here's all that you know. This is the only thing you've ever seen. This is the only things you've ever done. These are only the things you've ever read. And boom, created the world. It might be the span of 30, 40, 50 miles or whatever in any direction. But that's the only world that they need to know. I can't entertain that many people. Unfortunately, I'm not that much of an entertainer. I'm not funny enough. I don't have the greatest of voice acting talents. And I just couldn't sit there and run a game for 7 to 8 people knowing that I would be entertaining millions of people. I just couldn't do it. It truly would inhibit my style of running games. It certainly would change the way I run games. And I think for me, it would make them worse. Not for necessarily the viewers, maybe not even necessarily for the players, but I think it would make it worse for myself. I want to run my games a certain way. I want to play in these certain worlds. I want to say certain things. And entertaining that many people, I don't think the two would line up perfectly. And I also don't want to be a standard. The way I run games, and the way I play games, and the way I do the things that I do is me. When it comes to tabletop role-playing games, there should be no one gold standard. There should be no one right way of doing it. I think everybody should be doing their own thing because it's fantastic when you see people running games a certain way and you can cherry pick the things that you like about that. And then you can look at other games being ran and see the things that are terrible going on. And you definitely know to avoid doing those certain things. I don't want there to be a one standard. And I don't want to be that standard because I think my views on running games is certainly not going to line up with everybody else's. And if people showed up to the hobby and said, oh, that person did it this way, then I would hate to be the one that is always pointed at. And number 5 here, I want variety. I want to run different gaming systems. I want to run for different people. I want to run different scenarios. I want to run different themes. I want to run a variety of things. And I truly do believe that if I was running for these same people using the same system in the same world, there's only so much I could do. It wouldn't make sense for me to be running a super duper, superhero, awesome, save the world type adventure, and then a few sessions later be running a hardcore, do or die, everybody's on the brink of despair sort of horror game. I don't think the two just line up. I would want variety in all those different factors. And I know that there's people that want that variety. Of course, Critical Role is hitting upon a certain few genres very, very well, whether that be in the regards of the dramatic side and the epic hero combat side and all those things. I like that, but I like more as well. And I don't want to limit myself to just a few styles of play. I want the overwhelming variety. I'm not Matt Mercer, and I don't want to be. But this is not to disparage people that want to be. If people want to emulate him, that's fine. In fact, that's awesome. If you're able to channel his energy and his attention, then it's fan-freaking-tastic. And I encourage it, especially if you have those players that want that style of play. That is great. Me personally, I can't do it. I don't have the mental power to do it. I don't have the fortitude to do it. And I also don't have the players for it either. I don't have any players in particular that want to run a 100-session campaign dealing with all those various themes. I don't have that. But whatever you do, I encourage you to run your game your way and find people that want that game. Don't push your style of play on other people that are unwilling. Find people that are right for you. I'm curious, how do you all feel about the so-called Matt Mercer effect? Has it affected your games, or have you not really seen it come up at all? Do you run games similar to Matt Mercer, or are you going completely out of left field? And what exactly is the style of game that you want to run, or do you want a variety? Go ahead and tell me those things because I would love to hear it. But that's going to do it for me. Thank you for watching, thanks for listening, and thank you to my amazing patrons. You guys are absolutely incredible. Thank you so very much, and I cannot wait to see you all in the next one.